Hi there traders, this is the new analysis for the upcoming trading week of the euro dollar and pound dollar. Welcome to Elite Currency, my name is Chris. Let's get started. Let's start with the euro dollar. It's still right at that 50 fib zone, which could be support for the end of a potential wave 4. As you can see, this could still be an A, B, C pattern right here, A, B, C. And if price does bounce around the 50 fib, maybe max 61.8, then this could indicate the wave 4, and up it goes for wave 5. This, of course, then being wave 3, wave 1, and wave 2. So this is definitely still, I think, the main scenario. Now, this particular price action has been, pretty bearish. So if price were to continue in this channel to the downside, break below the 61.8 fib, then I would change that, and I think that in that case, this has probably finished a 5-wave series of a 5-wave. In that case, we can even perhaps zoom out. Well, this would be then wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 finished. And on the weekly chart, it would basically indicate that another wave 5 has been finished, like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So in that case, if price breaks through the fib zone, there would be probably a wave 5 of wave 5 finished, or there's a good chance of that at least. And we could see price make an ABC. The A could probably, most likely, challenge the wave 4 area somewhere around here, around these purple lines. So we could see a fall like that. We'll see a bounce. We could see price then head back up towards the left shoulder here, make a right shoulder here. So it would be like this, make a wave B in that case, and then fall probably for wave C down to about the 61.8 fib probably, and then continue higher in my view. All right. So that's kind of the alternative at this moment. Very important, therefore, what price does around this 61.8 fib zone. Let me put that fib on 1 second. This particular fib. All right. So if price does bounce up, by the way, then in that case, it would be good to have this trend line on. Obviously, it is connecting multiple resistance pots and multiple tops. So that could be an early breakout. Let's take a look on the hourly chart. This is a channel to the downside at this moment, and it could basically also work as a resistance trend line for breakout to the upside. Obviously, this is also a hefty zone of resistance with all these fractals right here, right there. So if price breaks through those fractals with a good 4-hour candle, right, then there's a good chance of a continuation to the upside. 4-hour candle that could break above this trend line, break above those resistance fractals with a close near the high like this. That could be a breakout candle. There could be some retracement after that. It doesn't have to continue higher immediately, but after the retracement, I would expect personally a continuation higher. So that's my view. If you're looking for conservative targets, I guess aiming for the previous bottoms, maybe this bottom right here could make sense. And this top, that's a conservative target, about halfway this downside. If you're looking for a more aggressive target, you could aim for the tops. And if you're even looking for more aggressive targets, then you could aim for the minus 272 target at 127. Now, whether we get the bounce, to me, it looks likely. I mean, price action is not looking like that at the moment. We had 2 dojis. The weekly candle itself is quite bearish, but so there's not much wick here at the bottom. So one more dip, maybe to the 61.8 fib, could happen based on that weekly candle's bearish kind of reaction. Also, if price does bounce, there could be some reaction to the downside just because of this bearish candle. There could be a retracement to test support again like this. All right, so those are my thoughts, at least for the euro dollar at the moment. Pound dollar looking a little bit different. The retracement is a bit deeper, and I was saying actually that a break below this bottom is changing things. So, and that's true. It is a little bit at least, and this could be a downtrend at the moment. Now, I don't want to be too bearish either right away. Let's put a fib on this chart so we can take a look. If this is a wave 3 like this, right? So price broke below the 50 fib basically. That's what happened, and that makes the uptrend a little bit less likely. I wouldn't say it's totally out of focus at the moment. It did break below the long-term moving average, below these bottoms of 50 fibs. So there is probably space down to the 61.8 fib, I think. but that could still be a bouncing spot. It's quite a deep fib, but it could still be a bouncing spot for upside. So eventually, though, I think that either if price breaks below the 61.8, obviously then there's space down to the 78.6 fib, or if price does make this upside, make a higher high, then I would expect price to start a downtrend. I do think that the dollar is relatively close to gaining some strength again. There could be some fundamental signs that support that. The stock market in the US, for instance, is seeing some bearishness, and that could be maybe due to inflation fears, perhaps, and that could be good for the dollar. So that could be fueling a dollar rally maybe in the near future. So let's see how that goes. For the moment, I do think that there could be bouncing spots at 61.8, and there could still be maybe one more higher high. But if it breaks this fib, then there could be a continuation to the 78.6 fib. What else to discuss? Let's take a look. Otherwise, still higher highs and higher lows. So, from that point of view, it could still be easily a retracement, as you can see, and there could be eventually a bounce to the upside. If there is a wave 1, then this top is very important, right? If price breaks below that, that would invalidate a wave 1. Or not invalidate wave 1, I should say invalidate a wave 4, because price goes into the zone of wave 1, I should say. Here's the other wave 1. This is wave 1 of a different degree. So those are important, tops from a Elliott wave perspective. Let's take a look at the hourly chart here. There we go. And let's get rid of the bigger fib, not to confuse things. There we go. And let's put the fib from here to here, because we had a spike during the news event of the pound interest rate decision and hit the 50 fib and turned. And indeed, minus 272 target around 137.12. Let me check where we had that fib again. The 61.8 fib. That's the wrong one. 1 second. There we go. Yeah, it's about the same region. So that could be the target for the moment. So this could be a pullback. Could be a pullback because we broke all these support levels. So they could become resistance at the moment. Moving averages are aligned to the downside. I don't see any divergence as yet, I believe. So this could just be a retracement, and down price goes. Let's put a fib differently now. Let's put it on the most recent swing high. From here to here, the very small one. And 38.50 fib around 138.50, 138.75. If there is bearish price action, that could be a turning spot for that move down to about 137. Then there should be divergence, and price is probably, in that case, going to make a bounce, I would say, at the 61.8 fib to the upside. All right, and then it depends how price behaves. I mean, if there's a strong push up, a zigzag down, well then, and there's 5 waves here, then more upside is pretty likely. All right. All right, please check out more free analysis on our website, and of course, check out our ECS.start package as well, with a lot of free material and PDFs and tools. Wish you all good trading and a good weekend. Cheers.